So there are four very specific requirements that must be in existence in order for a trust to come into existence. But there are a couple of crazy things about trusts that don't exist for wills and vice versa. But here's the deal. In order to have a valid trust, you got to have capacity, and that can be difficult in some circumstances. Now, unlike a will, that's usually done in the lawyer's office, witnesses, notary, all that kind of thing. Some of these trusts are done outside, and whether or not they were done with the clear intent, whether the person had capacity, is a very real question. There's got to be intent to create a trust. That's usually an easy one. Definite beneficiaries and a trustee named and defined. There's some of these forms out there that are wrong and they're subject to it getting thrown out. Other aspects about it that are into the weeds in real detail in trusts have to do with incorrect disposition of assets. So trust is created years ago, speaks to very specific things that a person had. Fast forward 10 years when they go and unalive themselves and they got things that aren't disposed of pursuant to the trust. Trust can get thrown out if the assets that the decedent had are not in existence. Other crazy things about trust. Unlike a will, where in most circumstances we actually deposit a will, and that's one of the things that we look at to see whether it's valid, see whether there's been alterations or whatever else like that, actually feeling the paper, looking at whoever did it. Trusts don't require original documents. So we're seeing PDFs. Those PDFs can be questionable. They can certainly be altered in circumstances that wills in many ways cannot. There's another crazy thing. The whole point behind trusts is argued that they proceed outside of the court system. Well, one of the things about a personal representative, which is the person who is legally authorized by the judge to act on behalf of the dead person, is the PR can't have been convicted of a felony, and there's all kinds of other requirements, and they're bonded, and then court supervision, all kinds of other stuff. Well, those requirements don't exist for trustees, and so you literally could have somebody sitting behind bars nominated as a trustee, fulfilling their duties behind bars. I had a call with a lawyer just the other day where he described how he's having to deal with a trustee who's literally behind bars, but fulfilling all those duties. Now, that wouldn't exist under a proper will circumstance. So this stuff is complicated. People are making a heck of a lot of messes with these things, and it's only going to be increasingly complicated as billions of dollars of grandmom and granddad's money starts trickling down to the kids. If you're interested in this at all, ask for the booklet that we have on how to do this correctly. And by all means, do all those wills and powers of attorneys and revocable documents with those online firms. I say that jokingly because it's going to wind up making lots of lawyers lots of money because it's often done incorrectly.